My friends, if we are honest, we do not much care for waiting. We like our blessings as we like our tea, hot, immediate, and in our hands before we have time to wonder if they will come at all. And yet, the odd truth is this: the finest gifts are almost always late by our clock, though never by the givers. You have prayed, you have poured your heart out, perhaps in the silent hours when the rest of the house was asleep. You have felt the ache of asking and the hollow echo that seems to follow, and still you are told, if not in words, then in the stubborn absence of results, not yet. Do not imagine this delay means refusal. It may be instead that you are like a seed who wants to see the sun at once, but whose roots must grow strong enough to hold the weight of the tree you are meant to become. The blessing you ask for is being prepared for you, or perhaps, more humbling still, you are being prepared for it. We are not given the whole picture at once. A child tugging at his father's sleeve does not understand why he cannot have his birthday present in July. Yet the father smiles, because the day will come, and the gift will be far sweeter for its proper time. So it is with you. What you have prayed for may be coming in a form you did not imagine. It may be greater than you dared to hope, or quieter than you thought you wanted. But if the giver is good, and he is, then his blessing is never the wrong thing at the wrong time. Stand firm in this. Every day of waiting is not an empty hallway but a workshop, shaping you for the moment the door finally opens. And when it does, you may find yourself saying, with a kind of startled joy, "It could not have come a day sooner, and it could not have been more perfect." The blessing you've been praying for is on its way, not because you have earned it with your persistence, nor because you have mastered some secret formula, but because the one who loves you knows when the hour is right, and will not fail to keep his promise. So walk on, keep your lamp lit, and when the blessing arrives, may you recognize in it not only the answer to your prayer, but also the wisdom of the wait. We live in an age where we have been trained to expect immediacy. We press a button and a light appears, we send a message and expect a reply before our tea grows cold. It is no wonder that we carry this habit into our prayers, imagining that what is good must surely arrive swiftly, and that any delay is a sign something has gone wrong. But the truth is far stranger and far kinder. The finest gifts are almost always late according to our schedule, but never late according to the one who sends them. Consider how seasons work. Spring does not arrive the moment winter becomes uncomfortable, nor do apples appear in April simply because we are tired of waiting for them. They come in their proper time, when sun and soil have completed a quiet partnership unseen by impatient eyes. We may stamp our feet at the cold and declare that we have waited long enough, but nature will not be rushed. If it is this way with trees and fruit, why should the gifts of God, infinitely more delicate, infinitely more complex, be any different? We are tempted to treat blessings like items we order and track in the post, expecting a predictable delivery window. But blessings are not inert objects, they are living things, meant to meet us in a moment that has been prepared as carefully as the blessing itself. Sometimes what we call late is merely the intersection point between readiness and wisdom. It is a mercy we often do not see. Were the gift to arrive too soon, it might wither in our hands for lack of maturity to handle it, or it might blind us to its true worth because we have not yet learned the hunger it satisfies. So the giver waits, not from reluctance, but from love, and ensures that when the gift comes, it will not simply be present, but perfect in its arrival. We are quick to interpret silence as rejection. When the answer we long for does not arrive, our minds begin to write grim narratives. Perhaps the request was too small to matter, or too bold to be granted. Yet delay is not the same as denial. Often it is not the blessing that is unready, but the heart that asks for it. The time between petition and provision can be a sacred forge, shaping us to hold what we desire without it slipping through our fingers. Think of a musician handed a masterpiece to perform before they have learned the instrument. The sheet music itself is flawless, but in untrained hands it becomes a tangle of sound. The wise teacher will withhold the performance until skill has been built, not to punish the student, but to ensure the music can be played as it was meant to be heard. In the same way, the blessings we seek may be fully composed, yet await the moment we can receive them without distorting their beauty. Sometimes it is the blessing itself that is undergoing preparation. A path may be clearing that we cannot yet see, or the threads of many lives may be weaving into the tapestry that will deliver what we have asked for. We think only of our own corner of the fabric, but the design is larger, and a single stitch cannot be hurried without fraying the whole. This kind of delay requires a trust that feels unnatural. It means believing that unseen work is as real as the visible, that slow movement can be forward movement, and that the pause is part of the process rather than a void. It is the trust of a gardener who waters bare soil, knowing the seed is alive beneath, though nothing has yet pierced the surface. In such seasons, waiting is not passive suffering. It is the quiet participation in a preparation we may not yet understand. We often assume that if something is good, then having it now must be better than having it later. Yet timing is not a decorative detail, it is part of the gift's very nature. The right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing. A key may perfectly fit a lock, but if you turn it before the door is meant to open, you may break the key or damage the lock. The blessing itself can be sound, yet its impact will be diminished, or even harmful, if it arrives before its appointed season. Think of fruit picked too early. It may look promising, shaped and colored as though ready, but the sweetness has not yet developed, and eating it brings only disappointment. We may still have the fruit in our hands, but it cannot nourish us as it would have if allowed to ripen. In the same way, a relationship, opportunity, or provision received prematurely can lack the depth and fullness it would have carried in its proper hour. There is also the matter of our own readiness. A gift can be heavier than it appears. Without the strength to carry it, what was meant to be a joy may feel like a burden. Patience allows us to grow into the capacity required to hold what we are given without dropping it. This is not a denial of the gift's value, rather it is an acknowledgement that value depends on context, and context includes time. The wrong timing can even mask the gift entirely. What should feel like relief may feel like disruption if it collides with unhealed wounds or unresolved responsibilities. In such cases, what was meant to bless may appear as an inconvenience simply because it has come too soon. When timing is right, the same gift aligns with our readiness and the surrounding circumstances, producing a harmony that could not have existed had it arrived earlier. Waiting is often treated as wasted space in the story of our lives, an empty interval between the desire and its fulfillment. Yet waiting is not a pause in the work. It is part of the work. It is the shaping ground where character, resilience, and perspective are quietly formed. Just as a sculptor spends as much time removing stone as shaping it, the season of waiting carves away what would keep us from holding the blessing well. In waiting, we learn patience not as mere endurance, but as a posture of trust. We are trained to keep walking when the path gives no hint of its destination. This slow movement builds the kind of strength that cannot be borrowed or imitated. No amount of instruction can replace the lessons learned in the long corridors of anticipation. Think of the roots of a tree during winter. There is no visible growth, no leaves to display, yet underground the roots are stretching deeper, seeking nourishment, anchoring themselves against storms to come. Without this hidden work, the tree could not survive the weight of spring's growth. So it is with us. The unseen deepening during our winters enables us to bear the fruit of our springs without toppling. Waiting also clarifies desire. The longer we sit with an unfulfilled longing, the more clearly we see whether it is worth holding on to. Some desires fade when they are not immediately gratified, revealing they were only whims. Others grow sharper, proving they were not mere impulses but true callings. This refinement spares us from chasing blessings that were never truly ours to begin with. Moreover, waiting changes the way we receive the gift when it comes. What is obtained too quickly may be taken for granted, but what is received after long preparation is handled with care. The waiting season wraps the gift in a context of gratitude, making it not only a blessing to enjoy, but a reminder of the strength and growth the journey required. When we ask for a blessing, we often imagine exactly how it should look and precisely when it should arrive. We form the picture in our minds and measure every passing day against it. Yet blessings have a way of arriving in forms we did not foresee and at moments we could not have scheduled. This is not accident but design. Perfect wisdom chooses both the shape and the hour of the gift, aligning them with needs we may not even know we have. Consider rain in a dry land. Too soon, and the soil cannot absorb it. Too late, and the ground cracks beyond repair. Too much at once causes flooding. Too little changes nothing. The value of the rain is not in the water alone, but in its timing and measure. The same is true of blessings. Their goodness is not only in what they are, but in the precision with which they are given. Sometimes the form of the blessing is disguised, and we only recognize it in hindsight. What seems like an unexpected detour may turn out to be the very road that led us to the answer we prayed for. What looks like a small and ordinary gift may carry within it the seed of something far greater. The giver knows this even when the receiver does not. The right timing also protects us. A blessing received before we are ready may invite burdens we cannot carry. One given in a moment of maturity becomes a joy rather than a strain. There is a quiet mercy in the way the timing and form of the gift are intertwined, each serving the other so that when the moment comes, the blessing is not only present but fitting. The harmony between the gift and its moment is no accident. It is the mark of a hand that understands both the nature of the blessing and the heart of the one who will receive it.